So, good morning, all of you. So, today we are discussing the mechanism of Friedel-Crafts Friedel-Crafts alkylation. So, in the Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction, it's an electrophilic substitution reaction in which the hydrogen atom of the benzene ring is replaced by the alkyl group from the alkyl halides, and this reaction takes place in presence of Lewis acid. And so, the reaction gives you the formation of the product, that is the alkyl benzene, where the aromatic character is retained. Now, the carbon atom of the alkyl halides is not sufficiently electrophilic, and so as benzene is nucleophilic in nature, it cannot convert this alkyl group into a positive carbocation, and so Lewis acid is necessary or is required. And so this also involves the same different three steps. Here, the difference is that here the Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction shows two different routes, and these two different routes for the alkylations are depending upon the nature of R group. Depending upon the nature of the R group, if R group is bulkier, if R group is bulkier, then it can form it can form stable carbocation. It can form stable carbocation. It can form the stable carbocation which acts as an electrophile, which can form stable carbocation and acts as an electrophile. Or if the R group is smaller, then the alkyl halide first of all reacts with Lewis acid and gives you a polarized complex, and this polarized complex further reacts with the benzene ring. And so depending on these two different types, that is the route 1 is the type of the R group when it is bulkier, and so the total reaction involves three steps. In the first step, that the formation of the electrophile or generation of the electrophile is taking place. Generation of electrophile, and this electrophile is generated from the bulkier R group, and so the bulkier R group may be like your tertiary butyl chloride. Tertiary butyl chloride. And so here when the aluminum chloride is added as a catalyst, here it immediately breaks this bond and converts this carbocation, that is the tertiary butyl carbocation, and this carbocation is formed because sorry, the formation of the carbocation is taking place easily because this carbocation which is obtained is stable, and so here this bulkier R group gives you a stable carbocation, and further it reacts with the benzene ring in the second step, that is the in the second step the formation of sigma complex or carbocation is taking place. So this benzene, being nucleophilic in nature, donates the electron pair to the carbocation of the tertiary butyl group, tertiary butyl carbocation, and forms, this is the slow step, and it forms the intermediate of the reaction that is obtained, that is the formation of sigma complex. And in the third step, where the conjugate base, that is AlCl4 minus. I am continuing this third step here in the same way, where this X abstracts this proton and the electron pair of the proton is given to this carbocation of the ring or to the sigma complex, and we get the formation of the product, which is a fast step. Here it's a rate determining step, and here you get the formation of tertiary butyl benzene, tertiary butyl benzene as a product, and in the overall reaction you are getting the Lewis acid and HCl, and this step is termed as your aromatization of the benzene ring. So in this way, if the R group is bulkier in nature, we get the formation of a stable carbocation, and this stable carbocation reacts with the benzene. And now in route second, that is R group is the R group of alkyl halide smaller smaller, then the polarization of the alkyl halide is not taking place easily, and so needs the assistance of Lewis acid as a catalyst, which gives you the formation of polar complex, So here in the first step, that is the generation of the electrophile in the route second, here it takes place easily, that is CH3Cl methyl chloride on reaction with Lewis acid AlCl3 gives you the formation of the polarized complex, that is, and here the slight positive charge is there, and so this is your polarized complex, and this complex reacts with the benzene nucleus, which is nucleophilic in nature, accepts the electron pair and this is the way in which it forms the sigma complex, that is the carbocation is obtained as an intermediate step plus AlCl4 minus, that is the conjugate base. And so here in the third step, that is the third step, this polar complex, this carbocation or the sigma complex which is obtained, here the conjugate base abstracts the proton, proton gives the electron pair to this carbocation, and it proceeds and gives you the formation of the methyl benzene, and this step is termed as your aromatization. Here this is the generation of electrophile, and this is the formation of sigma complex. So these are the three steps. Then in the overall reaction, AlCl3 plus HCl, these are the products, and here the aromatic character is maintained and the product obtained is methyl benzene. And so here the rate of reaction in both the reaction, it's equal to K into concentration of the benzene nucleus with the concentration of the Lewis acid and the concentration of the alkyl halide. And so here the different types of the Lewis acids are used for the reaction. There are again the different alkylating reagents. And the different alkylating reagents are by using alkenes and alcohols, by using the other alkylating reagents are your alkenes and alcohols. So here these different reagents, other alkylating reagents means we can carry out the alkylation by using alkyl halides that may be with bulkier R group or maybe with smaller R group. And other than that, the alkenes that is containing the carbon-carbon double bond, that is CH3, CH double bond CH2. This is the alkene, that is the propene. This on reaction with the acidic reagent, it undergoes polarization and forms a carbocation. And so here it forms a secondary carbocation which is stable carbocation, which is secondary, and so it is stable. And this stable carbocation reacts with the benzene ring, that is CH3, CH3, and here this secondary carbocation, this gives the electron pair here and gives you the formation of the intermediate, that is sigma complex H, CH, CH3, CH3, and here the this step is your slow, and in the fast step the HSO4 minus, that is the conjugate base, because here we have used the acid. Here the acid is used, and acid gives the proton. It protonates this. It gives the proton to this pi electron of the alkene and forms a carbocation. And this conjugate base abstracts this proton, and this proton gives the electron pair and gives you the formation of isopropyl benzene as a product. So here the cumene is obtained as a product. So this is one of the way in which the alkylation can be carried out by using the alkenes. In the same way, alcohols can be used where the tertiary butyl alcohol on reaction with again acid. Here the acid is used because acid converts this bad leaving group OH into a good leaving group and forms a carbocation, and this carbocation is already stable. This is plus H2O plus HSO4 minus is the conjugate base which is formed, means here the electrophile is generated. This electrophile further reacts with the benzene ring, and this accepts the electron pair and gives you the formation of carbocation. And this carbocation, once obtained, undergoes the HSO4 minus conjugate base is abstracting the proton, gives the electron pair and gives you the product, that is with tertiary butyl benzene. And this tertiary butyl benzene, which is stable and the aromatic character is retained in the reaction, and so the tertiary butyl benzene is obtained as a product. So in this way the alkylation of the benzene ring can be carried out by using the different types of alkylating reagents. And so here we finish up with this mechanism of the Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Now here there is one drawback, or there are some drawbacks, or we can say limitations of Friedel-Crafts alkylation. Means Friedel-Crafts alkylation is having the drawback that it whatever we are expecting, that we will get a alkyl benzene as a product, but the drawback is that it leads into polyalkylation. And also gives you a rearranged product, and so the expected product is not obtained in this reaction. So the reaction does for first of all we will see the polyalkylation. what we expect that the benzene will react with, suppose, the alkyl halide, that is methyl chloride, in presence of the AlCl3 as a catalyst, and you will get the product that is methyl benzene. Whatever we expect this thing, but the reaction never stops at the alkyl benzene step, means it does not stop at the monoalkylation stage. This is because when once the methyl group is introduced in the reaction, this benzene, which is a deactivated ring, is getting activated due to the plus I effect, that is the electron donating effect of the methyl group, and due to this benzene ring becomes more reactive than benzene itself. And once the one product is obtained, the reagent which is present in the reaction, that is the methyl chloride and aluminum chloride as a catalyst, the reaction of methyl benzene becomes more faster or gives more faster reaction than the benzene, and gives you a dialkylated product, and gives you the formation of a dialkylated product. Means instead of reaction between benzene and methyl chloride starts reacting with methyl benzene and gives you a dimethyl benzene. And as here there are again, instead of one methyl group, here there are two methyl groups in the benzene ring. This becomes more reactive because here the positive inductive effect is twice. And so it reacts again very faster with methyl chloride in the container and gives you the product that is a trialkyl benzene, and henceforth here the reactivity goes on increasing and you will get a polyalkylated product, where when you are getting such type of mixtures of product, it is difficult to separate the product, and such type of reactions are not easy or are not fruitful. And so here this is the one of the most important drawback. Then the second is the rearranged product. Now whatever we are expecting, suppose here we are expecting a reaction of methyl benzene with propyl bromide, in presence of a Lewis acid, that is AlBr3. Now the expected product is your propyl benzene. But here we are not getting the formation of propyl benzene. Along with propyl benzene, we are getting the formation of a product which gives you the isopropyl benzene as a product, and this product is obtained as a major product, and this is obtained as a minor product. Means here we are getting a poor yield. So why this thing happens? So when we say that when this Lewis acid reacts with the propyl bromide, you get the formation of a carbocation. That is, this propyl benzene reacts with, this propyl bromide reacts with aluminum bromide, that is the Lewis acid, and gives you the formation of a carbocation plus AlBr4 minus as a conjugate base. This is your primary carbocation. Now we are having, or we are well aware that the primary carbocation is more stable, is less stable than secondary is less stable than the tertiary. And so here this primary carbocation undergoes a rearrangement to form a secondary carbocation by proton shift. Here the H plus shift or the proton shift, we can say the proton shift is taking place and converts the primary carbocation into secondary carbocation, and this secondary carbocation once formed, this is stable than the, and this is unstable, and so the secondary carbocation reacts with the benzene nucleus and forms a rearranged product, and so these are the two important drawbacks of the Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. And so in this way, this here we conclude with the Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction and its limitations. Here we have gone through the different types of aspects, that the alkyl group may be bulkier, alkyl group may be smaller. There are different alkylating reagents like alcohols and alkenes. Then we have also studied the limitations of this reaction. It leads into polyalkylation and it also leads into the formation of a rearranged product. And so the next type of reaction or the next mechanism that we want to study, that is mechanism of Friedel-Crafts acylation. So thank you very much. We will continue this in the next lecture.